Now let's bring in Femi Akande, TVC News Correspondent, live from Abuja. Thank you for joining us on the news at this time. It must have been a pretty long day for you. We hear that the minister was denied access to the villa today. But talk to us about what the cameras didn't see that you saw at the villa today.
Well, hi. We saw the minister coming to the villa when there was news making the rounds that she will be suspended by the president. So we believe she came to the villa to see if she could get audience with Mr. President, perhaps to just maybe tell him her own side of the story. But you know, before all of that could happen, before she could pass through all of the checks and get all of the clearance and all of that to see Mr. President, well, her suspension was already announced. And, you know, effectively, as soon as that was announced, she was denied access to the president because a committee was set up to investigate all these allegations leveled against the ministry and the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. And moving forward after her suspension, you know, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission was immediately directed to also begin investigation, to take off the investigation into this matter. We also hear that she has already been invited by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. So as soon as we discovered she was denied access to see Mr. President, she then had to leave the villa. Of course, she then had to leave the villa, escorted by some people out of the villa, and eventually left the whole premises. But for now, we do not know if she has indeed proceeded to the office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission or what what is next for her. We do not know. That remains to be seen. But what we can say is that she was spotted in the villa at the time her suspension was announced. And when she was denied access to the president, she eventually left the presidential villa.
Well, Femi, since this issue will not be ending anytime soon with our invitation by the EFCC to their office, but then while speaking with the presidential spokesperson at 3, he mentioned that the president was keen on making sure that they get to the root of this matter. So what do you think we should be expecting in the coming days as regards this issue?
Well, we expect a thorough investigation from both the EFCC and other committees set up by Mr. President to look into this matter. The report will still go back to the table of Mr. President. The buck stops on Mr. President's table. The findings of this investigative committee, the President will be the one to act on it. I know the President also has been firm on insisting and on emphasizing that his government, his administration, will not tolerate corruption. He has been around the world talking to investors, persuading investors to come into the country to invest, and he understands that investors also need to see that seriousness on the part of the government to see that indeed the country is free of corruption, to see that government officials appointed to execute the plans and policies of the Bola Tinubu administration are also serious at carrying out that task. The president understands all of these, and that is one of the reasons why it has become expedient for him to wield the big stick, because if his administration must succeed, not just in the eyes of foreign investors, Nigerians are also watching. There have been so many allegations even leveled against the immediate past administration, and coming fresh out of that, you know, President Bola Tinubu is making that effort to ensure that, well, he toes that line of transparency, like he has said, and ensure that, you know, he runs an open door policy and ensure there's equity, fairness, and justice.
More to talk to us on this matter. But then we will be expecting more updates on this in subsequent bulletins. TVC News State House Correspondent Femi Akande live for us in Abuja. Thank you.